3 years after her body went missing from a San Antonio area funeral home. Timothy and Charlotte Mott continue the search for their daughter.
It's almost like her daughter was kidnapped. They have absolutely no closure here.
A San Antonio Police Department captain's firing is reduced to a lengthy suspension with full retirement benefits. And Playland serves serious food with a funhouse view on Houston Street.
It's a very eclectic menu, but first and foremost, it is all about the pizza.
This is your Express Briefing podcast for Monday, August 27th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. In a mystery that still haunts Timothy and Charlotte Mott, the body of their daughter Julie that disappeared 3 years ago from Mission Park North Funeral Chapel on Cherry Ridge has yet to be found, resulting in a January $8 million negligence lawsuit win against the company. San Antonio Express News courts reporter Elizabeth Zavala recently sat down with the Motts to discuss the ongoing search and living with the pain of what the couple says feels like their daughter was kidnapped.
They think about everything that they've gone through with this, and he said that they hope that they find her. He says that this is a constant hope that they have, that she'll be found. But unfortunately, I think they doubt that that might happen. But it's going through the appeals process. And in fact, the company has posted a $9.2 million surety bond to cover the cost of the money judgment to stay it during the appeals process. This could go all the way to the Texas Supreme Court, and it could take years to settle.
Despite the pain the Mott family has experienced and continues to go through, there may be some light at the end of the tunnel.
The Motts have been in contact with San Antonio police on and off. And in speaking with San Antonio police, we've learned that there is a new development in the case. I heard from Lieutenant Jesse Salome, who is the Deputy Chief of Staff for San Antonio Police Chief William McManus, that they have recently discovered new information that they're actively pursuing in the hopes that it leads to where Julie's body is. But as is normal in these situations, because it's an open investigation, that's pretty much all they would share with me because they don't want to jeopardize the case.
Hear my full interview with courts reporter Elizabeth Zavala on today's episode of The Docket, our weekly conversation on law and crime in San Antonio and Bexar County. Available for free download in Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, and always at expressnews.com/podcasts. A former San Antonio Police Department captain fired last year for insubordination and working off-duty at USAA without permission will be allowed to retire instead of having termination on his record. An independent arbitrator has decided 48-year-old Captain Sean Robert Urey will not receive back pay, but won't lose his earned service-related retirement or medical insurance benefits, reducing Urey's termination to a lengthy suspension without pay. The former captain's record will now show he was suspended from the day he was removed from duty in March of 2017 until the day he had intended to retire months later in July. Following a 3-day hearing earlier this year, records show on June 28th, the arbitrator concluded that while the city had sufficiently proved all the allegations of wrongdoing that Police Chief William McManus outlined in a March 31st, 2017 letter that fired the 23-year SAPD veteran, the city failed to prove it had sufficient cause to terminate his employment. While noting Urey appeared to make absolutely no effort to seek union counseling or legal advice before defying orders that denied him permission to work for USAA, the arbitrator found that the insubordination was uncharacteristic behavior that appeared to be an isolated act. And a restaurant brings serious food with fun to Houston Street.
Howdy folks, I am Paul Steven and I do the Just a Taste reviews for the Express News Taste Team. And this week I had a chance to swing by the new Playland at 400 East Houston Street. This is the latest restaurant from restaurateurs Andrew Goodman and Stephen Bowers. And this one, it's a very eclectic menu, but first and foremost, it is all about the pizza. They've got this monstrous 3-ton wood-burning oven in the kitchen there, and I love the crusts that this thing's putting out. They're tender, they're chewy, they've got a great big yeasty smell. It's a really nice base to build a pizza on. They do a number of different toppings. Of the 3 that I tried, the one that I enjoyed the most was called the Forest Fire. And it was more of a sauceless thing built around cheese and a whole garden of vegetables, including this nice bitter rapini and super hot Calabrian chilies. Really interesting pizza. Now from there, the menu goes all over the globe. They hit China a couple of times with these General Tso's chicken wings, which they just crunch all day long. Really terrific wings. It's a half head of cauliflower cooked in a char siu kind of chili sauce. Very different take on the veg. And because they bump over to the Carolinas for this sort of smoked pork butt style barbecue. It's an interesting place. I really enjoyed this one. Again, that's at 400 East Houston Street. For the rest of our reviews, visit mysa.com/food.
And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Monday, August 27th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.